If you're going to give your mom a photograph for Mother's Day, here's a great way to really impress her by putting that photograph in a pop-up card. A pop-up card that frames your photograph. Now, what's nice is this stands up by itself, so your mom doesn't need to go out and buy another frame. And she could even fold it up and put it in her purse and take it wherever she wants. This also makes a great Valentine's Day card or birthday card for that special someone. Now in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this pop-up card, and there's two variations. So there are different ways that you could decorate your card in this variation. You could surround the frame with a lot of different small flowers. It says Happy Mother's Day. And in this version, this is a little bit simpler. It has a few roses around the frame. It also says Happy Mother's Day. You could also put I love you or Happy Valentine's Day. This frame has this ledge here, which allows you to put some additional parts that pop up in this frame. Now the first thing you want to do is go to creativepopupcards.com to get the template. Now the template has 3 pages. So the first page is the inside card, second page is the outside card, and the third page has clip art you could use to decorate your card. So I've already cut out the parts. Now here's the photo I'm going to use. And then I have the inside card, the outside card, and also the clip art I'm going to use to decorate the card. Here's some flowers, here's some text, and here's also a rose that you can use to decorate the card. So let's go ahead and get started. Now let's begin by folding the inside card. So here's the inside card, and what I'm going to do now first is fold the outside. And remember to score these lines. It's a little hard to see in the video, but there are some lines that you don't want to cut through. So these you want to cut through, and there's also lines you want to score. So I'm going to fold these outside lines first, and then fold the inside of this frame like this. Okay, so this is a valley fold. And I'm going to fold this section on top, and then this tab. This is a mountain fold, and another mountain fold. Actually, this is a valley fold, sorry. So this is what it looks like. Now let's go ahead and insert this tab on the bottom of the card and fold the card all the way flat. And that's pretty much it for the inside card. Pretty simple. Now here's the outside card. Same thing, score the inside. I have the 4 corners cut out. I'm going to fold this flat. Now notice there are 2 windows on the side. This is going to be used to prop the card up once the card is assembled. So note that these windows are on the bottom of the card. Okay, let's assemble this together. But before I attach these, I'm going to go ahead and glue or tape the photograph inside the frame. This frame uses a 4x6 photograph. Make sure the card folds. Now if you notice, this doesn't fold flat. That means the picture is a little bit off. So I'm going to go ahead and readjust this. Okay, you want to make sure this card folds flat. Okay, don't forget to tape the tab down. And now all we have to do is assemble it inside the back card backing. Make sure that these windows are on the bottom of your card, like this. and then slot the corners into these corner slits. Again, make sure the card folds flat. Open it back up. Now I'm going to recommend that you cut out all the parts first and then place the pieces onto your card to make sure everything looks correct, and then glue it on. Now here's a card I made for my mom. So the way I decorated this card was I put several roses around the frame and on the bottom, and I also put Happy Mother's Day on this front ledge. So I'm going to show you how to make this rose. So this is what the rose looks like completed. Now you want to cut out these two pieces. I used two different colored sheets of paper or cardstock. You want to start with this top rose. And here's this one slit. This is the front of your rose. And begin to fold where these dotted lines are. Okay, so start with one end and just continue to fold around and around, and end it with this last back side like so. And then just glue this end and take this stem and slide it into the bottom of this rose, or you could put it inside the rose first and then glue it closed on the back. And then you have your rose, and you can decorate your card with this piece. Now I've already placed all of the flowers along the edge of this card just to make sure I like the way the colors and the flowers look. I used a pair of tweezers. I like to handle small parts with a pair of tweezers. Makes things a lot easier. Now here's some tips when gluing your flowers onto your card. So when you glue the flowers on your card, make sure that the top row does not go past this edge here, because when you close it, this edge is flush with the outside card, and if your flowers come above this edge, they're going to stick out of your card. So remember that. Make sure that your flowers don't go along this edge. Also, I would recommend when you're gluing all these pieces on, I like to recommend using a pair of tweezers, because you're inevitably going to get some glue on your fingers. You're going to smudge the card, smudge the picture, and it's going to be really hard and difficult to clean that up. So I always like to use a pair of tweezers to glue these on. When you glue the parts on, when it's flat, when you're gluing it on, also make sure that the glue doesn't get on the outside of the card. For example, when you're gluing these edges down, make sure you don't glue the flowers onto this edge right here, which happened to me when I was doing this, and when I tried to fold the card, it didn't fold right. So make sure that the glue only glues to the white frame. Okay, and also on these edges in this corner here, make sure again that your petals are clear away from these side borders. One good rule of thumb is once you glue something down, make sure that the card folds flat, and then open it back up while the glue is still wet, just in case you need to readjust. Also, when you're gluing the text here, Happy Mother's Day, make sure the glue is only on the edges of your letters, and make sure it's dry before you close it, because once you close it, if you still have some wet glue, it's going to go right on your photo, and that's going to be very hard to clean up. Also, if you glue flowers on the corners like I did here, make sure you glue only on this outside card that's pink. So I could still remove the card, because you want this card to be able to slide as you open and close the card. So make sure you only glue the flower onto the pink side of the card, this outside card. And that's it. So this is what the card looks like when it's finalized. So you have the flowers around the frame. You have this another edge here that says Happy Mother's Day. Here's the other version I'm going to give my mom. This is for my wife, and this is for my mom, which has just the roses here. And I forgot to put this rose back on, like so. Here's a final look at the flower frame pop-up card. If you like this tutorial, please check out my website at creativepopupcards.com, or you could also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/creative pop-up cards. Thanks for watching.